For Sweetwater Sound, Action Motorsports, Lyman Motors, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, the Sawyer chassis number 19 of Plainfield, Indiana's Eddie Hartley, third and final heat race. For our Conley Custom Trucking, A non-wing on the pole, 57 Junior, the red 57 of Tyler Hartzell. Outside row 1, the Iceman, Camden Winter in car number 12. Row 2 inside, Brian Martin in 00. On the outside, 57, Cooper Fritz out of New York. The number 16, Garrett Sauter. 69, Stuart Hanft. Out back, 21, Thaddeus Black. And the 55 of Patrick Sullivan. Down the backstretch, Camden Winter jumps out in front. Yellow flag out. Problem for Thaddeus Black in the 21. Puts us under the yellow. Cooper Fritz in the 57. Out of Clarence, Sullivan and Brian Martin. Green flag once again. Around the outside, Winter will lead into turn 1 and 2. Camden Winter leads him down the backstretcher. 3 wide into turn 3. Up through the middle comes Cooper Fritz in car number 57. Pole sitter Tyler Hartzell got shuffled back to 4th. Camden Winter leads. Cooper Fritz in 2nd. Garrett Sauter 3rd. Tyler Hartzell 4th. Then comes Thaddeus Black. Look out. Big bicycle to 16 to Garrett Sauter. Recovers but drops deep back into the field. Thaddeus Black on a charge. He's now 3rd down the backstretch ahead of the 57 of Tyler Hartzell. Camden Winter the race lead ahead of Cooper Fritz. Cooper Fritz, first time ever at uS24, runs in 2nd place. Tyler Hartzell runs 3rd. Thaddeus Black 4th. Then Stuart Hanft in the 69. Thaddeus Black clips the corner marker, does a big tank dragon wheel stand off turn 4. Hangs on to 4th for the moment. Hanft trying to come around the outside. Garrett Sauter still with the race lead. Cooper Fritz hangs about 3/4 of a second back in 2nd place. Tyler Hartzell all alone in 3rd. Then Thaddeus Black trying to hold off Stuart Hanft. Garrett Sauter trying to recover ahead of Patrick Sullivan. Brian Martin trails the field. 1 to go for race leader Camden Winter. Down the backstretch, Garrett Sauter fighting with Stuart Hanft. Every position matters in the passing point format. Into 3 and 4, caution out. Yellow flag, trouble down in turn number 1. 69 of Stuart Hanft comes to a stop, caution flag out. Stuart Hanft in car number 69 will put us under the yellow. Be a 1-lap restart. That'll bring Cooper Fritz right up on the tail of race leader Camden Winter. Tyler Hartzell 3rd, Thaddeus Black 4th, Garrett Sauter 5th, Patrick Sullivan 6th, Brian Martin 7th. Hanft gets pushed off back to the pit area in the 69. Coming back to green, Camden Winter trying to hold off the guy with that New York state of mind, Cooper Fritz. Green flag back in the air. Green and white together. Good restart for Tyler Hartzell. Hartzell to turn 1 and 2. Displaces Cooper Fritz. 57 battle down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Fritz gets way out of shape. Going to cost him. Checker flag out. Winter wins. Hartzell 2nd. Thaddeus Black 3rd. Cooper Fritz will be 4th. Then Patrick Sullivan, Garrett Sauter, and Brian Martin. Field formed up. 12 laps. Last chance race will take the top 8 into the feature tonight. Go or go home time. 14 cars. We'll chop off the bottom 6. They'll be watching for the rest of the night. The first 8 across the stripe go to the feature. Jackson Lauterbaugh brings them out of turn number 3 and 4. Green flag out. Lauterbaugh, Halwerda charge off to turn number 1 and 2. Cooper Fritz down on the inside, quickly in the 3rd ahead of the 95 of McKnight. We're 3 wide from 5th on back. 1 lap in, race leader is Jackson Lauterbaugh. Keep an eye on that 8th place. It was Kyle Walker in the 76 at the end of lap number 1. Stuart Hanft in car 69, a little out of shape. Walker still 8th. Lauterbaugh the lead. Cooper Fritz up around the outside, tries to take 2nd away from Tanner Halwerda. Kyle Walker in 8th place. Travis Harris and Jace Clark right behind him. Back into 1 and 2. Travis Harris up high in car number 39, trying to get out of 9th and into a transfer spot. Jace Clark behind him in 10th. Zach Paul, half spin down the backstretch, keeps going. Jackson Lauterbach, Cooper Fritz first and second. Hayden McKnight around the outside of Tanner Halwerda picks up third. It's Halwerda in fourth. Nick Schaefer fifth, back to turn 1 and 2. Oh, trouble down the front stretch. 9 of Jace Clark slowed, was hit from behind by the 44 of Darren Henry. Leaded. Jackson Lauterbach leads, Cooper Fritz second, Hayden McKnight third, fourth Tanner Halwerda. Nick Schaefer, Stuart Hanft, Garrett Sauter, and Kyle Walker, the 8 cars right now in the transfer spots. And it's Travis Harris, Charlie Leffler, Brian Martin, Zach Paul, and Jace Clark back to green. Fritz chasing after the 29 of Lauterbach for the race lead. Halfway for Jackson Lauterbach. Travis Harris putting the pressure on Kyle Walker as Cooper Fritz to the inside. Lauterbach absolutely shuts the door on Fritz into turn number 3. Fritz fights back on the inside. Lauterbach down around the bottom. Fritz with a run out of 2 down the backstretch. Going to back off and let Lauterbach have the spot. McKnight still third, Halwerda in fourth. Kyle Walker hangs on to 8th place. Fritz tries the outside. Lauterbach shuts the door on him again. Suddenly it's Norris and Verstappen. Only the uS24 version. Zach Paul half spin back in the field. Somehow kept it going. Trouble down to 1 and 2. 1 car over. Believe it's Nick Schaefer in the 6th. Jackson Lauterbach, Cooper Fritz, Hayden McKnight, Tanner Halwerda, Garrett Sauter, Stuart Hanft, Kyle Walker, Travis Harris, green flag. Then comes Charlie Leffler. Back under green. Nick Schaefer down the backstretch will pick up 3 spots. Trouble off turn 4, Tanner Halwerda. 2 to go. Lauterbach, Fritz, McKnight, Sauter, Walker, Harris, Leffler, and Schaefer. Those the top 8 that would advance. Then Brian Martin, Jace Clark, and Zach Paul. Green flag out. Let's see if we can get this one finished. Kyle Walker in the 76 looked like he was going to start dead last. He might end up 2 rows off the back now. Lauterbach leads down the backstretch over Fritz. McKnight in third. Walker in fourth. Coming around, checker flag out. Going to be Jackson Lauterbach, Cooper Fritz, Hayden McKnight, Garrett Sauter, Kyle Walker, Travis Harris, Nick Schaefer, Charlie Leffler, and Jace Clark into the main. No, excuse me, Leffler will be the last one. Jace Clark will be the first one missing in 9th. Brian Martin and Zach Paul.